Hello and welcome everyone. It is Tuesday, June 18th, 2019. It's kind of late at night, but I wanted to put out a quick video just for heads up on stuff to maybe look for tomorrow when you're in the comic shop. I just want to talk about Silver Surfer Black #1, and I want to specifically talk about why I really think you need to pick up a copy of this. And also I want to talk about Daredevil #1, which I put a post on Instagram. I'll end with that. But I want to start with Silver Surfer Black, Donny Cates, Tradd Moore. When I first read this, the artwork I was like, wow, that's really different. And somebody mentioned it kind of had a Yellow Submarine look to it from the Beatles way back. And if you're old enough to know what that is, well, you'll know what I mean. And to me, it kind of with a little sprinkle of Monty Python's Flying Circus artwork mixed in. But you know, I read it at first, I put it down, and it's one of these books. I picked it up again, and I couldn't stop thinking about the damn thing the next day, so I read it again, and it's really good. And then I was able to get to read Donny Cates' script for one of the pages, and I'm going to cover off why I think you really need to get this book in your collection. It's if you didn't buy it, you should be. Shops still have a lot of them. I think sales were kind of soft on it. I think the artwork turned them off, because on the left here I got the second print of Venom #3, which I've showed several times. I just talked about recently. It's Null. It's the last page of the book. Obviously, Stegman is the art, and I think a lot of people were used to this type of artwork. And what you've got is Null sitting in his throne. That's kind of the last splash page of the book. It's your first full appearance in Null, and Venom #3 is a great book. And Donny Cates, he killed it with this book. It is a great story, but I think people, like I say, because of the art, are totally missing out on this. And I want to show you why. And I'm going to show images here on top of it. So if you haven't read this book, you may want to turn it off. But the beginning, it kind of explains how Guardians of the Galaxy got out of the black hole. And then Silver Surfer gets sucked into the black hole and lands on this planet. And you get this image. I showed this when I did my video, my new comic haul. I talked about this there's this huge gate and these 3 sentries sitting here. And you got Silver Surfer in front of them. Then he battles them the whole bit. And then the gates open up and Null sucks them in. Or drags them in, I guess. And you get Null on the last page. Now, if it was drawn, if this gate here with these 3 sentries was drawn by Stegman, and it looked like this, people would be going absolutely bonkers for this book. And I'll tell you why right now, because I'm going to read the script from Donny Cates, and I want you to really pay attention to what he says, and you'll understand. Now, I'm going to I'll put the script off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, in the script I'll put on the right side of the screen. So hopefully that, hang on, I can move that over there. Hopefully this will fit in because I'm going to edit it afterwards. So, but I want to read it to you because Top Party talks about the panel, about Silver Surfer crashing on the planet and all this kind of stuff. But the last paragraph is really important. It says, largest panel on the page. He looks up to see the gates. Tradd, these are those gates you wanted, buddy, so go to town. In my mind, they are huge, towering black metal behemoths, so tall they break through the black cloud cover, so we can't tell where they end, if they ever do. This is the entrance to Null's kingdom. So this is really big. These gates are the entrance to Null's kingdom. So that's your first appearance of that. And then it goes on to say, so they should look hardcore and gothic, emblazoned with figures of spirals and dragons and tapestries of his conquest, teeth and celestials and swords. We are behind Surfer here. He is on his knees looking up at the towering gates. 3 horrific sentries standing guard out front. So whether they're standing guard to protect Null or they're standing guard to keep people from freeing Null, because remember, he's supposed to be a prisoner in Clintar, so we'll learn that later on. And does Silver Surfer end up being the cause of Null escaping from his prison? We'll find out. But anyways, it's a key book. And then what does he say? Tradd, I know you have specific designs for these guys, but just don't make them look like Venom or have any other symbiote-like traits. They can have the big teeth like Null has, but make them look more like they are made of stone here. We want to hide, this is the really important line of the whole page. This is what you got to listen to. We want to hide the symbiote of it all for the time being. So what it looks like you just got here in this book, and if you've been passing by is just because you didn't like the art, you really missed out. This is the first full appearance of what looks like to be 3 new symbiote gods and the gates to Null's kingdom. So this book, in my mind, is a really key book. And after I read that and I read Donny Cates' script, I actually went and I just ordered the, I have the Perel 1 for $25 at my shop that I'm buying tomorrow. And I also ordered the Bradshaw 1 for $50. The prices are really low on them right now, but just because sales are soft and shops are trying to get rid of them. If you can afford it, again, I'm not telling you what to spend your money on, but I'm telling you, I went and got them because, man, I really think that is a key issue. And I really think that one flew under the radar and people aren't picking up on that. And down the road, if Kate, Stegman or Jeff Shaw or somebody draws those characters and they look badass, boy, people are just going to go bonkers. Go, what the, so that's your first full appearance of those characters. He ends up battling Nolan there. So that is a huge book to get, in my opinion. Just want to let you know, because if there'll be tons of those sitting on the shelf, and I got to buy another one because mine got color rub. I showed that. And then I talked about Daredevil #1 in my Instagram post that I did this evening, because this is your first full appearance of Detective Cole North. I talked about him way back when this came out, and I have, every time a Daredevil issue drops, I talk about Detective Cole North. I think he's going to have a big role to play, and Daredevil #7 was one of my picks this week. So make sure you pick up a copy tomorrow, because it looks like his role is going to become a little more important going forward. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out. Really try to pick up, if you don't like the artwork for Silver Surfer Black, hey, whatever. I think it's, I've read, like I say, I've read it 4 times now, and it's really grown on me. I cannot wait for issue #2, this Silver Surfer Black. It is a really good book. And the funny thing is, if shops ordered soft on this because they didn't like the artwork, or think the sales are going to be strong, and the print run is lower on this, and those turn out to be big characters going forward, man, oh man, you want to have this book in your collection. Anyways, that's all I got for you. I think it's a great book. Donny Cates killed it again, and Tradmore, even though when I first read it I wasn't hip to it, man, I've really grown to like it, and I think it's a great book. So anyways, there you go. Talk to you later, everyone. Bye for now.